Hi.
Hi.
Hi, Professor Schwartz. Thanks for answering my questions about the Scholars Program.
It's my pleasure.
Let's see, I am a junior in the program, and so I know a couple of folks here. I know Professor Chakrabarty because I took her 402 class last term, and I don't remember the last time I was in the office, so I'm not sure I know everybody here.
Yeah, so the other folks in the meeting are Dr. Chakrabarty, as you know, and she's also one of our graduate advisors and teaches in our studies area, and Megan Doobie, who is one of our office staff members. She's our assistant AOC in our academic office. And I am Kim Schwartz, of course, as you know, and I'm the director of the School of Theater and Dance right now. So we're excited that you're interested in the program.
I am. I heard something about it, but other than that, I just heard that there's a Scholars Program. So what is the Scholars Program?
Dr. Chakrabarty, do you want to?
Yeah, sure. So, it's an integrated program and it gives you an accelerated MA degree in theater arts. So what happens is with 4 + 1 year, you get 2 degrees instead of just 1. So you get a BA and an MA in 5 years. So that's the Scholars Program.
Oh, okay. Because a regular, usually to get an MA takes
2 years minimum.
2 years, but this is the same. It's not like a different degree. It's a master.
It's the same degree. So once you graduate, you have a BA and an MA in 4 + 1 years.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, so like I said, I have enough credits to be a junior. When can I apply? What is the right time for me to apply?
So the right time is that you have to have at least a minimum of 80 units, but ideally less than 90 units. There is some wiggle room there, so it can go up to 105, but ideally less than 90 units, but at least minimum of 80 units. And also you shouldn't have taken your capstone courses yet. So that's an ideal time for you to apply. And I should also mention that, you can apply in spring or in fall,
Oh.
Yeah, both terms.
Okay. Oh, okay. That's handy. But I have some transfer credits. What if I have transfer credits from community college?
So that's fine. We sort of look at those on a case-by-case basis, and the program is designed for both a 4-year student on our campus, but also a transfer student. So usually that's no problem at all.
So even if I came and I have enough credits to be a junior, but I'm just finishing my first year at state, I can still apply for this. I don't have to be at state for the full 3 years. I can have done that. Oh, okay, that's great.
Correct. Yeah.
So what goes on the application? Do I just like turn in my name?
So, maybe I should share my screen just so that I can walk you through the process of getting access to the application form. Let me just share the screen. Also, I should mention something that I forgot to mention earlier is that the deadline to apply for a fall class is, are you able to see my screen?
I can.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. So before I get into that, I should mention that the deadline for to enroll for a fall course is April 15th, and for a spring semester is November 15th.
November 15th. Okay, so if I wanted to start this spring, I need to have all my application materials in November 15th.
That's correct. Yes.
Okay.
So I am on the BA Theater Arts website, as you can see. And here, if you scroll down, you see the details of the Scholars Program. There are 2 hyperlinks. One that leads you to the main Scholars Program page, and the other that leads you to the application page. So this is actually what the application form looks like. As you can see, all the details are here. You must have at least a GPA of 3.0 cumulative GPA for the last 60 semester units also to be able to apply.
Okay. That's no problem. I got
yeah. That. Okay. And yeah, these are the details that you're required to provide.
And then do I attach my transcript?
Yes. So you attach your transcript. You also work with your undergraduate advisor or a scholars program sponsor. So Kim, I don't know if you would like to talk a little bit about the graduate sponsor. And
yeah, sure. So yeah, we just, the process that the School of Theater and Dance has established requires you to have someone who's working with you. They help you fill out the form. They help you you'll see in the, Dr. Chakrabarty, could you scroll down to the second page there? As long as you're in control of the screen there. So that chart there you can see is your planned courses. And so your undergraduate advisor or your scholars program advisor will work with you to develop a plan so that you can finish in the 4+1 years. So that's what you need for that. They will also help you identify a writing sample, which is part of the requirements from within the School of Theater and Dance. We decided that that's something that we needed to see as well. It's not a requirement for the overall, but that's one of our requirements.
Okay, so, would that be like a paper that I wrote in Dr. Chakrabarty's class or something like that?
It could be. It could be something from a course here at State, could be from another campus. It could be from a number of different things. Some people have turned in articles they've written.
Oh, okay. And then, so for the sponsor, is that my regular BA advisor, like the person that I was assigned to, or can I pick anybody, ask any faculty member to be my sponsor for
yes, either of those
program?
Either of those will work. Yes.
Okay. So even if my assigned advisor is, for example, Bruce, does he have to be my scholars program sponsor, or could Dr. Hunter be my sponsor?
Yes, you can choose whomever you wish. If you do have a good connection with your advisor and you wish to, fill out the application with them, then they're willing to do so, then you absolutely can do so with them, or you could also pick someone else.
Okay, and do they need to write a letter of recommendation, or do they just help me fill out this form?
They help you fill out the form and help you identify that sample of your writing.
Okay, cool. And you said that the minimum GPA was 3.0, so that's good. And then how much does it cost? Like what is the...
This is one of the best things about the program, in my opinion, is that it ends up saving you time and money. Because typically you would take 4 years for an undergraduate degree and 2 or 3 years for a graduate degree. So you're not only saving time, but you're also saving money. And the way that it's structured is that the 4 years that you would normally have been in a BA program, you pay undergraduate, even though in that 4th year, you are in fact taking graduate courses and you are enrolled in the scholars program. So you end up only paying for 1 year of graduate tuition. So you end up, saving quite a bit of money because graduate fees are a lot more than undergraduate fees.
Yeah, okay, wow, okay. So if I already took like 401 and 402 and 405, I already took 2 of those. Can they count for the program if I enroll now, if I already took those?
They are not culminating experience courses, and so they are part of your BA degree. They certainly count as part of your overall units that you're using to earn both degrees. So absolutely they count. Okay.
Wow, that's fabulous. So like just in general, what is the difference between BA and MA in terms of the kinds of courses and the way what's the difference between those?
Sure. So, in BA, you do get a breadth of knowledge about theater studies and theater history, and you also have like a focus of study, but usually taking lower division courses. And so it is assumed that lower division courses do not get into the depth of things. Once you are into an MA program, or if you are taking MA classes even as an undergraduate, you will realize there's a notch kind of a standard higher than the BA classes in terms of content, in terms of discussions. You will see more seminar classes rather than lecture classes. So there's, the content as well as the manner of instruction change as you kind of enter into an MA program. So it's much more complex in the sense that, students are contributing equally to the discussions, and also critical thinking and, critical writing. All of these are, focused on in much more depth.
So is there a lot of reading and writing in an MA class?
Well,
compared to BA class?
I would say yes. There is a considerable reading and writing, but it also depends on the course. It also depends on the specific course.
Okay.
But in general, you can assume to have more reading and writing to be done for an MA class than compared to a BA class.
Okay.
Okay. I also have something that I would like to show on my screen, which we kind of already talked about, but it's useful to see as a kind of a pictorial representation. So this is kind of the pathway forward, and Professor Schwartz has already explained, the kind of degree requirements for a 4+1 degree. But again, if you can see, the orange courses are the graduate courses, and this is actually a student in their spring semester of senior year. So if you are a scholars program student, you have started taking graduate core classes in the spring semester of your senior year, and this is kind of the way forward for you, so that you can actually take 30 units master's classes within a year and a half. And
that's great. Where will this be up on the website later also as a tentative roadmap on maybe on the advising page? Could I go there and find it on the advising page later?
Yes, I think.
Okay,
yes.
Perfect. That's fantastic. So I see culminating experience on there. Is that like a master's thesis? What are the options for doing a culminating project?
So these are the same options you would get if you were to do a master's degree in our program. So essentially, there are a couple of options. There are 3 options actually. So one is that you write a 60-page, at least 60-page long master's thesis, and also have an oral defense of that thesis in front of the school and graduate committee. There is also the option of directing a project, which again has to be in consultation with your advisor. And then you also actually present a post-production talk in front of the department. Mm-hmm. And in addition, you're also required to write a seminar length paper. But it should be about 8 to 10 pages long. It's not a 60-page thesis. And then there is another option to do a dramaturgy project where you are the primary dramaturg for a main stage production in the department. And mm-hmm. It's kind of similar to the directing project. You still have to write a research paper, which is about 8 to 10 pages long. And you still have to give a post-production talk in front of the department.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
Okay. Is there an MFA option that I can do with this program?
Currently, there is not. No.
Okay.
We used to have an MFA, and it's currently on hiatus. So it may return, but it is not currently on offer.
Okay. And the scholars program is only if you're currently SF State undergraduate like me. Like my cousin who's at San Jose State, can they come and do the 1 year at SF State and then have a master's, or is it only for people who are already students at SF State?
They already have to be students at SF State, and they have to be an undergraduate major in theater,
Okay.
and also intend to finish the scholars program in theater. You can't switch degrees.
Okay, so my best friend who's in political science cannot come and do 1 year as they could switch their major maybe and do it, or
they could.
But they'd have to switch their major to do that.
Correct. Or
okay,
they might be able to do the scholars program in political science instead.
Oh yeah. Oh, okay. So Dr. Hunter, when she was talking to me about this, said that SF State is currently the only public university in the state of California that has an accelerated master's in theater as an MA, that you can do it in 1 year. And is she right?
That is true. We are the only ones.
Wow, that's amazing. I thought she was going to be wrong about that. So can I so let's say I have a class, like I want to do a project that has something to do with, I don't know, Victorian spectacle. And there's an MA seminar being offered in the English department that is looking at Victorian literature. And there's nothing in the theater department that's on the calendar that would be a really good fit for me for that specific semester. Can I take that other master's seminar and have it count as an elective for the scholars program?
Yes, definitely. So you can take classes outside of the department, which are more relevant to your own research topic, and have it count towards your degree. If you actually look at the requirements again, there are 9 units of elective courses. So, you are required to take courses outside of the department or outside of the core courses, I should say. So, you are required to take 15 units of core courses, 9 units of electives, and 6 units of culminating project. So, you can definitely, and it is encouraged that you do take courses outside of the department.
And I should just check with my advisor before deciding to go and do that?
Okay. Absolutely. I think that's a great idea.
You check with your advisor, and then typically the graduate committee will also weigh in on whether that substitution is an appropriate one.
Okay. Cool. So could you show me again, where do I find that form, and like how do I sign up? I'm ready.
Yeah, I can show you where the form is on our website. Let me share my screen with you real quick. So here we are on the School of Theater and Dance website, and if you go to the undergraduate page in the BA for Theater Arts, right here in the Scholars Program, you'll find information that has that link to the Scholars Program website, as well as a link to the application right here. And there's also another section on the website that I can show you, can get a look at. For the MA in Theater Arts, there's these thesis guidelines, and it has all sorts of information about the different types of thesis projects, terminology, when and how to choose your advisor, and some other really great resources for you to check out. So that's all on the website, and we'll probably, constantly updating the website with new things. We'll get that roadmap up there, and have everything ready for you.
Cool. So one last question that I have, which is just kind of a bigger picture question. Now that I understand, I'm totally in, and I like the idea of getting an MA in 1 year instead of paying for 2 years. When I finish, like, what do you use an MA in theater for? What do you do with that?
So there are a couple of things one can do with an MA in theater. First of all, some students use it as a pathway towards a PhD degree. So, if they want to pursue further higher studies, they do an MA and then apply for PhD programs. Sometimes they're more interested in teaching. So, teaching high schools, and, with an MA degree, they get a kind of bump in the pay scale. So, that's also another incentive to do an MA.
Is this a teaching certificate? Like, could I get this as a teaching certificate to go and teach high school?
It's not a teaching certificate, but again, some students prefer to get an MA degree just for that bump in the pay scale, because when you teach in high school, there are different scales. And so if you have a BA, you get paid a certain amount vis-a-vis an MA. So, yeah. And also, you know, because we also have creative projects as culminating projects, some students prefer to be dramaturgs, practices dramaturgy, or, you know, also even directing, you know, because we do have these options as culminating projects.
Okay, great. Well, I'll go find a graduate sponsor. And I'll get my writing sample together and fill out the form. And you said that it is November 15th is when it has to be submitted?
Yes.
With all the signatures and everything?
Yes.
Okay, great. Well, I'll get a start on that so that I'm not rushing at the last minute. Thanks for talking with me about this. This was very informative.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
We're excited.
We're excited.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.